Kit Kats can read. Hey guys, it's Katie and welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a non-spoiler book review on Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. Now this book is the first book that I've actually read by this author. I know she's written a book called Made You Up, which I do also own, but that book did not receive as much hype as this book. Almost everybody I feel like on BookTube has read this book apart from me, and I jumped onto the bandwagon, and all I can say is it's definitely worth the hype, and I'm so glad that I actually finally managed to read it. So what this story is about, we have a young girl and she suffers with severe anxiety, especially social anxiety. So Eliza, she is shy, she's quite weird, and her only friends are pretty much online. And so what Eliza does is she has written this sort of comic story called Monstrous Sea, and it managed to be a big hit, so she is quite well known. However, nobody really knows like the true identity of her. She just goes under the username Lady Constellation, and she sort of speaks with everybody online, all of her fans and everything. And there is like one particular username called Rainmaker, who is like the top fan fiction writer of her story. One day this guy called Wallace, he transfers to her school. He is quite sort of reserved in himself. He is like shy, he doesn't really like to talk, he sort of passes messages through paper and that sort of thing. And so they spark up this friendship because they have this similar like for Monstrous Sea. However, Eliza doesn't want to reveal her true identity because to do that would be a massive explosion of her true self, and unfortunately, and it says this in the synopsis, her identity is somehow revealed, and it's just how she has to learn to cope with that, how she has to learn to talk to her family about it and her friends about it, and just sort of like be herself a bit more. And really that is just what this general story is about. So yes, it's about story. Anxiety is a real major sort of hit in this book, and I feel like it was done really well. I found that I really liked both of the characters in this book. I liked Eliza as well as Wallace, and there was a particular part of the story where I may not have been as keen on Wallace, but then it kind of got a little bit redeemed in the end. And if you've read this book, that you'll know, but I don't want to touch on that too much because I don't want to spoil anybody. But in the end I ended up loving both of the characters. Eliza especially, I felt like I could sort of relate to, because I'm quite an introvert in myself. I like to sort of be in my house rather than be outside of my house. It's going out of my comfort zone really. Especially like going out with people, so I could totally relate to that. But part of her, like even when she went out and made like real friends, like you could see like she was being a completely different person, a better person. So yeah, I felt like I could really relate to Eliza. I also really liked Eliza's two brothers in the end. They're sort of showcased throughout the book as being really sort of ignorant throughout the book, and it was good that they finally actually showed their true colours and who they really are and what they actually like, and that they stuck up for her sister and that they actually stuck up for their sister. I like how this book ended. I liked how everything was wrapped up and had loads of hope and sort of like loads of friendship stuffs, and how everything was sort of sorted out and rekindled again. I really liked that. I think if it didn't, I would actually like dock a star or something off of this book, which would have been disappointing, but I'm so glad that it wrapped up really well and that it just got all my feelings together for this book. What I like about this book as well is that part of the story, Monstrous Sea, is in the book, so you get them as pictures and text. And when it did that sort of thing, it kind of reminded me about the book Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, where you got the story and then the bit of fan fiction that goes along with it. However, I was a little bit more invested in the story Monstrous Sea with this, but I have heard that Francesca Zappia is going to be bringing out the Monstrous Sea stories. I'm hoping she actually publishes it as a book, because I would read it as a book, and yeah, I would love to read it alongside it. But this book, it was so good. The chapters are nice and short as well. This book actually looks like it's quite a chunky book, but there's like 380 something pages in this book, so it's really not that long. I mean, I flew through it, and I'm a really slow reader, and I found it really hard to be away from a book. Like, apart from when I had to go to work, I was just like, I want to read this book, but I read it in the moments that I could. It didn't take me long to get through this book, and I could have easily probably read this book in one sitting if I had like free time of that amount. But yeah, all in all, guys, this book was absolutely fantastic, and I'm actually going to give this book an ultimate Katie star, which I haven't done in a while. This is probably going to be like my favourite book of the year. It was just so good in every way. I loved it so much. So the ultimate Katie star, if you don't know, it's equivalent of a 6-star rating, and it just sort of like puts my favourites into perspective. I would love to read Francesca's other books, especially Made You Up, which I do own. So I will hopefully be looking into that in 2018, and any other new works that she does. She's done a fantastic job with this book, and she deserves the hype for it. Like, everything that you hear and say about this book is so good. It's almost on everybody's top books of 2017, and I can definitely see why. It's really good, especially if you love drawing, if you love art, if you love fan fiction. It's really good, and especially like it's got that little contemporary vibe, but also, like I say, a bit of anxiety as well, which I thought was represented really well. So yes, that is the end of my non-spoiler book review on Eliza and Her Monsters. Do let me know down below in the comments if you have read this book, or if you haven't, would you be interested in giving it a read? But if there's anything else you would like to know about this book, do let me know down below in the comments. But thank you very much for watching my videos. As always, give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it. I upload videos all the time, and if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. I love each and every one of you, and if there's any videos that you would like me to do let me know down below as well. But thank you very much for watching my videos. Always keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy, and I'll see all of you wonderful awesome people in my next video. Bye!